Let them give thanks to the Lord for his unfailing love and his wonderful deeds for mankind. For he satisfies the thirsty and fills the hungry with good things. Psalms 107, 8 through 9. Hi guys, and welcome back. Today I have a super easy recipe which makes a delicious side dish to your Thanksgiving meal. In a minute you're going to see that I'm switching out the bowl because this bowl was not big enough. I am making 2 servings. You can cut this in half, but I'm using 2 Jiffy CornBread boxes. And then I'll have my corn. My corn is just straight from the can. I'll have 2 cans of whole kernel corn. Be sure to drain your kernel corn. You do not want the liquid from that can in this recipe. So drain your 2 kernel corns and pour them in, and then you're going to add in 2 cream style corns. Now like I said, I'm doing double, so if you want to just split this in half, use 1 Jiffy, 1 can of drained kernel corn, and 1 can of cream corn. Then once we have that in, we're going to take our sour cream. I'm using 16 ounces of sour cream. If you're splitting this in half, only use 8 ounces. And be sure to combine this all together very, very well. And then I have melted down 2 sticks of butter. You will only need 1 stick if you're doing half of this. Be sure that it's melted so that it can mix in very well. And add all this into 1 container. Once you have all your ingredients in your bowl, your mixing bowl, mix it together very well. I started mixing with a wooden spoon, but it was getting a little too tough, so I just switched over to a regular tablespoon. And I switched over to a larger spoon, and just mixed it, and it mixed very easily. But be sure that you combine everything because you don't want lumps of sour cream or lumps of cornbread. It's just like when you're making Jiffy cornbread and you add the milk and everything else, you mix it very well. Be sure to do the same thing with this, just so you don't have that lumps of cornbread when you bake it. Now that everything is well combined, get the dish that you would like to bake this in. I'm going to bake it in a glass container. If you don't have a glass container, use any kind that you normally bake your cornbread in. But I'm using glass, and I'm going to take my Pam cooking spray, and I'm going to spray it very well because I don't want this to stick, and I want it to be very easy to come out when it's time to eat dinner. So after spraying my pan down with some Pam, I'm going to put the entire mixture in there. Try and shake it a little once you get it all in there so you can get it even and you have a flat layer like you would have cornbread when you normally bake it. And then we're going to put this in the oven on 350 degrees for about 45 minutes, but it could take up to an hour. This one specifically took me an hour just because I wanted a little brown on top. If you don't want it as brown as mine, 45 to 50 minutes will do you just fine. Let it sit and cool for about 10 minutes and then it's ready to serve.